Shout out Dicks and Balls. Okay. Oh, people are starting to answer some of the podcast questions. That's funny. He said, "Hey guys, I have been struggling with time management lately. My first business, I made myself way too available. He didn't put a period there. With my new one, I am not doing that, but it still obviously needs nurturing. I'm super curious to hear about how you guys plan your days. What do you do when things come up? Are there different levels of planning for you? Must do, should do, nice to do? How do you handle people needing your attention? How do you assure that you are successfully on track for the day?"
This is our worst thing.
Yeah. I would say we were very good when Millie was born because obviously we had a new focus in our house. But usually we wake up and AJ would be like, "Okay, I need 2 hours today." Obviously you work more than 2 hours a day, but you'd be like, "Okay, specifically I need 2 hours today to get this, and this done." And then you'll say, what would you like to accomplish today? So I feel like asking those things first and then making it clear what each other needs to work on is a really good trait.
Yep.
Does he work with his wife still?
If you have the flexibility that we have, it gets dangerous because then
it's all gray.
Then you could float through a day. You've got to, map out the time. Yeah,
I would say it's definitely a struggle, but you're really good at prioritizing. Usually AJ, if something's a must do, no matter what's going on around us, Millie could be bawling her eyes out. I could be stressed out or needing you or whatever. Fortunately or unfortunately, you're very good at stopping and handling that thing right in the moment.
Yeah. And that doesn't have to be done either, usually.
No, it doesn't.
So yeah, we're not very good at it, but I will say what's worked for us is mapping the time out and sticking to that mapping out. Same thing. It's very easy to, map it out for a couple of days and then fall off the rails and not map it out anymore. And then come up with some excuse as to why. It's like the person that goes to the track and you tell them to get training and they're just like, "Oh, I'm just having fun." When really that's just their excuse because they're afraid to get better.
Well, that might not always be the case.
Why else would somebody not be training? No, you can go on YouTube and watch all of my stuff for free and become a better rider. You're just making an excuse because you want to stay the same rider because it's low level. Okay. You want to remain in the same thing.
Okay.
It's easy to make those same weird excuses with the lack of daily schedule.
Yeah. And especially now that I'm not working.
Yeah, we can do whatever the heck we want every day.
Well,
any day, every day.
Well,
which is great. But
actually,
it's very it's more difficult than people would think.
AJ says that, but last week there was something I really wanted to go do. Or this week, I mean.
She wanted to go to Maine. I said no.
All I want to do, and Maine, I've been dying to go to Maine for years now. I grew up in Rhode Island, never went to Maine. I don't know how. Finally, the weather was going to be good on these 2 specific days. Beautiful. And it's not high season yet. So this normally expensive hotel was like very reasonable. Perfect opportunity to just go. And you turned me down. I tried hard too. And you wanted to go woods riding one of the days, which could be done any day of the week.
Shout out. Shout out the woods.
So when you say we could do whatever we want when we want, it ain't true.
I don't believe you.
You don't need to believe me. The proof is in the pudding.
I always try to tighten. It's like no matter where you tighten this thing, it falls to the same spot.
Have you ever thought about just keeping focus on what we're doing?
I've been focused for 55 minutes and 7 seconds.
You always find something to fixate on, though, in a podcast. It's either like the box on the mic that you're yelling at me for, or the mic being in the wrong location. The mics are the problem.
Is the mic too far from my face?
I don't know what would be.
Yours seems perfect.
Thank you. I am perfect.
Next question. If you guys enjoyed this podcast clip and you want to listen to full episodes, you can do so on Spotify and Apple Music. If you want to send in your own video submission, you can join us in the Moto Academy family inside of the Moto Academy app by just going to themotoacademy.com. That's also where you can sign up for a class. Okay, guys, see you next episode.